Alrighty. What is your favorite Muslim superpower?
So I have a very specific one for this, but it stems from when I was working at Planned Parenthood in 2016. And I was working as a press officer for states below the Mason-Dixon line. So it was like a great time to be a visible minority in the South. Yeah. And so I would often wear hijab because that's how I was comfortable at the time. And I would be on these tiny planes, like those tiny, like, I don't even know what they look like, mosquitoes in the sky. And it would be all these very conservative old men. And when the turbulence would start happening, people would start looking at me like I was causing turbulence. And I would be like, dude, they think I'm controlling the weather. Like, what? And so I took it a step further. So like, yes, controlling the weather is my favorite Muslim superpower, controlling planes. But I had gone to Harry Potter World in London, and we had gotten the stick, like the Harry Potter wands. And so when I had to go on a small plane again, I got the wand out and I started waving the wand around as somebody was looking at me like I caused the turbulence. And this one dude like looked at himself and he was like, I have a lot of biases toward him. And I was like, yeah, dude, like we clearly don't control the weather.
Yeah, what has it been like to be a queer Muslim activist? Just blanket question here.
I've just been introducing myself as hi, I'm Blair the queer Muslim, because not that I'm the only one, right? But it really gets people's interest going. And so I was on the red carpet for the GLAAD Awards, and it was before I had done a lot of stories to come out and all this different stuff. So I would kind of get ushered off the red carpet, like before you kind of hit it, people were like, okay, you took a picture, bye, you know? Get images, and that's it. And so they'd be like, oh, and who's this? Who are you? And I'm like, Blair Imani, a queer Muslim. And they'd be like, what? People think it's such an oxymoron, but it's really just such part of my lived experience. But when I came out, I didn't realize that would help me get my book published, for example, or help me be a visible role model for other people who are struggling with coming out. So I think it's all like a means to the end. If you can play them to be able to get to your own goals, do it.
Queer people of faith, I'm one as well. So as a Christian and bisexual, what's up? It's like a fries and frosty. Like people are like, they're delicious. You don't think it's gonna be delicious, and then it's fucking delicious. It's like you don't know, and then you're like, wow, this is great together.
Yeah. But in my book Modern Herstory, I was looking at all these stories of like queer women, non-binary folks, and how faith really helped them come out, because a lot of people really just came to the decision that God made them exactly who they were meant to be, and their expression of faith is all about manifesting that and being the best them that they can be, regardless of what people are telling you.
What do you think the next fight is for queer people of faith?
Step that we need to do internally as a community is really understand that all these different oppressions are connected, but do that mental exercise of understanding that, oh, this seems separate. Try to make a connection. Try to understand that queer people are born everywhere, in every faith, in every denomination, people who don't practice, but it's all an issue of faith. So I think that learning how to express your faith in doing good works, whether that's going to a protest, whether that's feeding people who are hungry, really looking at your religion and your expression of faith is more than going to a building and praying, but really doing that in action. If you're a visible minority, people put all of these biases onto you. And sometimes they come in clutch, right? Like if I'm at a party and I'm dancing, people are like, oh, she's not right, she knows what she's doing, and I'm not a great dancer. But people automatically think you have rhythm, people think you can control the weather. But it's all, it is all very harmful, but I try to have fun with it because otherwise my blood pressure would just be through the roof because it's so infuriating.
My theory with haters is, thou dost protest too much. Why are you out here hating that much? Why do you care that much, Mike Pence? So we're gonna flex on them.
Oh, I love it!
So here, do like a little bit of this for me. Here, get into this back body.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, Wakanda forever. What's your favorite Wakanda look, would you say?
I loved all the looks. I loved that my dad was like, I need like a sheepy, and my mom was like, like those types of things. But I really love flexing on the haters. Like for example, I was in the pool doing auntie duties, watching the kids swim, making sure that they were okay. And I was trying to make sure that all the kids were safe and, swimming happily. And somebody was like, oh, you're showing your cleavage. You can't do that. Islam is a pact for life. And I was like, you think I have cleavage? Like, how? Y'all are so sweet. And then somebody was like, she's trying to be a baby porn star. And I was like, you think I have the body for that? Like, stop.
Thank you so much.
Like somebody was like, the devil called and they're waiting for you in hell. And I was like, why does the devil have your number?
Y'all hook up? Or
right?
Yeah,
like,
what's that?
That Starbucks meeting the devil, like what? Like that makes no sense.
Oh, so you're in touch with him.
Right? And so I'm like, I just try to make sure that people feel dumb
for all the trolls out there. Know that we're flexing with pink weights, and my boob is almost falling out.
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism. Thank you for being on Savage Talks, Blair, Imani. I wish I could talk to you for 4 more hours on camera, and I can't, but that's okay. Because we can all follow you on Instagram and DM you that you make us feel good. Say bye to all your friends.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.